a female pastor kissed me. And I pray that this sheds light on a very deep and dark issue that is happening in a lot of churches. So back in 2025, last year, I had broke up with my ex-fiance. And I think it was May when I broke up with him. And I broke up with him not because I wasn't in love or not because of him per se. It was just our relationship was just berated by this woman. This leader told us we were supposed to be together. And ironically, we actually fell in love and we were happy. We were the happiest couple there. We were always laughing, always joking, but just the constant like berating and verbal abuse and emotional abuse and mental abuse from this woman. She just berated us, constantly compared us, brought us down, talked bad about us, embarrassed us. And he got to a place where he stopped coming around. And so our relationship began to suffer and I couldn't do it anymore. And he was tired. I was tired. And to God be the glory, the breakup actually saved us. So we bless God for that. So I break up with him and I fall into a depression. I fall into a deep depression. I'm sad because I was going through a lot. I was running this woman's businesses. She had around 15 different businesses. I mean, this leader was saying, God says, start this. God says, start that. God said, do this. God said, do that. And I became the one who had to run it all. And whenever I said to this woman, hey, I have a lot on my plate. I can't do it. Can't somebody else do it? She was like, no, I'll just do it myself then. And just all this pathetic manipulation. And it was grotesque. And it was a lot. And I wasn't reading my Bible. So I believed for over 10 years that this was God telling me to serve this woman as an armor bearer, and it was a lie. But I get to a place now where I just want to do what I thought I was supposed to do for God and go home and go to bed. And I just became like a robot. I just became numb. And I became agreeable to this woman for the first time in over 9 years. I just fully submitted to the woman, because prior to that woman and I went head to head about almost all the time, because she would do things that I saw that were wrong. She would say things that I felt were wrong. I saw the way she treated people. And over the years, whenever I would say something or what have you, it was always, oh, you're prideful, the devil's using you. And the mental warfare, the emotional warfare was just crazy, man. And I noticed coming out of that, thank God for deliverance, that the devil used this woman to break down people, to get them to fully submit to her. And so now it's, I would say, August 2025. I'm just agreeable now. Why? Because I didn't want to hear her mouth. I didn't want to go through any extra arguments. I just wanted to do my job and go to bed. That's literally what I became. And so one day, the leader calls me over to her house for some reason. I had, as an armor bearer, whenever she called, we had to go running. So I'm over at her house. She gets out of the bed. All her lights are turned out. It's dark in her room. The curtains have not been opened yet. Or the curtains hadn't been opened yet. And, but there's enough light in the room, like from the day that's in there. And she's talking to me. And to be honest, I got to a place with the woman that I would hear, I just wouldn't listen. She was talking. I don't even know what she was talking about. But she got out the bed, and I went to go make up her bed, because as armor bearers, we were required when she got out of bed to make her bed up for her. Unless the rare occasion that she got the strength to make it up herself. And she's wearing a hooded robe. I can't remember which one. I can't remember if it was the gray one. It wasn't the cheetah one. Because I remember all her clothes. And she's talking to me. And she's like, oh, you're my baby, you're my daughter, and this or that. And she's like, talking to me like a little girl. And she walks up to me. She's walking up to me, and she puts her hand like this on my face. And she comes close to me, and first she kisses me on my forehead, and then she kisses me on my cheeks. Or she kisses me on my cheeks and my forehead. I forget which started which, but I remember the forehead and my cheeks. And then she pauses for a second, and then she comes and she kisses me slowly twice on my lips. And in that moment, I didn't know what to feel. It's like I panicked on the inside because I'm like, what just happened? What just happened? And she goes to, she's like, my grandmother, she used to do that to me. You're my daughter. Mothers do that to daughters. And she was my spiritual mother. This woman tried to adopt me over the years, and just, that's why I've done a video about the abuse of spiritual parents. But I remember feeling like I couldn't process what just happened. I played it off with her because I was like, oh yeah, of course, yeah. But inside I was panicking because I was like, wait, what just happened here? Like, what just happened? And I had never had a female kiss me in my life. Never. And the only two people who ever kissed me was my ex-fiance and a situationship back when I was younger. But apart from that, I had never had that before. And I felt dirty, and I felt grotesque, and I felt like I really need to seek Jesus. I really need to ask God to help me to come into my life, because what is my life becoming? And I sought God like I had never sought him before, man. And it was in September when I went on a dry fast. And the first question, because I had started to feel like things had started to like, this wasn't right. This wasn't right. Why are you talking like that? Like things, it was like God was opening my eyes. And I went on a dry fast. And I asked God 3 things. And the first thing I asked, I said, God, what are you trying to show me about my church? Like, what are you saying to me? Because I keep feeling these off things and I don't understand what it is I'm feeling. What are you trying to talk to me? Is it you or is it the devil? And not even 2 hours into going to sleep, God gave me the dream. And that was the beginning of me escaping this cult who professed Jesus, had nothing to do with God. The place was a den of destruction. That woman's perverse and wicked. And the crazy part of all of this is back in 2016, when this woman said, oh, you're my daughter. God gave me a dream. And he said, Lindsay, that woman is perverse and wicked. And I didn't listen to the warning. And it cost me 10 years. If you're in a situation where somebody claims to be your spiritual parent and they're doing anything sexual or intimate, even if they consider it minor towards you, you need to leave. You need to get out of there. That's not of God. That is not of God. And I'm sorry to whoever has been through this, but we need to start talking about these things, because it is intolerable and God's judgment has started in the body of Christ.